Hi, my name is Sister Agnes Marie Dauby, and I'm the fourth of 9 children. And my mom and dad were very instrumental in forming me and sharing their Catholic faith with me. I have had 2 aunts that were sisters in this community, and an older sister who joined this community, also a cousin. I always knew that this was a possibility for me, but I also knew that marriage was also a possibility. And my sisters and I would talk, and we would say we wanted to have a lot of children, and we would even pick out names for them. And I even remember asking my mother, "Do you like Mr. and Mrs. So-and-so?" Because I was wondering how they would be as in-laws. I, thought about it and then didn't think about it. And when I went to high school, when I was a freshman, we had a retreat. And I remember the director saying, "It's really important that you pray to know where God is leading you, to know what your vocation is." And I really took that to heart. And so I made a deal with God. I said, "God, if you will help me to know what you want me to do by the time I'm a senior, after I graduate, I will go to Mass every Saturday morning." Now, I went to our academy here in Ferdinand, and on Saturdays we didn't go to church. We didn't have to go to church, I should say. So that was kind of difficult, but I did it. I didn't always do it at home because I didn't always have a way to get there. But all of my 4 years, I did that in high school. And when I was a senior, I started getting things like a teacher saying, "You've got some leadership qualities. Have you ever thought about being a sister?" And I thought, I don't want to hear that. And then, other people would say things. Even my sister that was in the community wrote to me and was just asking similar questions. And I sat down and I wrote her an 11-page letter saying, "I might be thinking about it, but don't push." And I don't think she was really pushing, but she just wanted to let me know that she would support me if I chose that. Well, finally, I just got tired of all these signs, and so I went home with a friend of mine for the weekend, and we went to a dance on Saturday night. The first person that came up to me was a girl that I had met at one of the come and see days here at Ferdinand. She came up to me and she said, "Are you going to the convent?" And I thought, oh gosh. I just wanted to forget all about that. I didn't tell her that, but I just wanted to forget all about it. But as I thought about it, it's like I asked for a sign. I asked God to help me to know. And here God was trying to tell me through teachers and other people who were trying to help me. And I was trying to push that away. So I thought, I think I better listen to this. I better listen. God's telling me something. So I changed my mind then and thought, this is what God is calling me to. And I remember talking to my mom and dad about it. And I was wanting to go to North Dakota where there's a mission. We had a mission there. And my mom and dad were okay. They said, whatever you want to do is fine with us. They were always so supportive. But my mom said, that if you go to North Dakota, we won't be able to come and visit you. There were still 5 of my siblings at home, and they just wouldn't be able to do that. But my mom said, if you go to Beech Grove or if you go to Ferdinand, we could come and see you. So that's when I decided, forget North Dakota, and I will come to Ferdinand. Another thing I noticed when I was a senior I would see some of the sisters, and they would be smiling and laughing, and I thought, they are really having fun. You know, it's not all work. It's time together and time to enjoy one another's company too. And that gave me further hope. So after I was in the community, I finished college, and then I wanted to be a social worker. And even when I was a senior, when I wasn't responding yet, I applied at different colleges, and with the idea that I would be a social worker, become a social worker, because I wanted to help people and be of service in however way I could. So I graduated from Indiana State University in Evansville, and I had a bachelor's in psychology and a major in sociology. And when I tried to find a job, one of the interesting things is I applied at the welfare department because I knew that they would probably need workers. And that would be a way to assist people that were wanting help. And one of those social workers happened to be a person who had just become Catholic, and she didn't really know how to process a sister. So she called the pastor that she knew and told him about me. And then word got back to me that he said, if you want a job, come see me. So that's when I became the first pastoral associate in our community. That was a learning experience for me, but it was a very good experience. And I worked there for 6 years. Later on, I worked at another parish for 5 years. And then later on, I worked at another parish as a pastoral associate for 12 years. Later on, I became vocation director for, 6 years, and the activity director for our sisters in Hildegard, and worked in the business office somewhat in between times. But it was all very good. There were some difficult times, but it was all good, and I learned from all of it.